PWNcast.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of PWNcast. It's me, your host, Phantasm Mask, here with 1 week contract Matt.
Oh God!
What was that, man?
What was that?
I just recently watched The Hobbit, and I just couldn't think of anything else.
Oh,
And the belching Irishman from New Jersey, Pat. Oh, thank you. And Brandon. and Brandon's here too.
I has no nickname. I don't need one.
You don't get a nickname.
I don't need one.
You don't get one.
You don't get one. There's a difference.
Don't need one.
I have one of these because I'm a star.
Ooh, we've got a big
Danny
superstar over here.
Exactly.
Crossfire!
That is the only reason that was brought up.
I guess you better not get caught in the
Crossfire!
Thank you.
You were the only one that didn't do it.
Why are you left out, Brandon?
Because apparently we are a posse now.
I guess.
You're my posse.
Apparently we're a posse.
Oh, God.
So,
before we get into two main topics,
two.
I would like to do
Two.
something that we did not do the last time.
What? Wait a minute.
Azul. Dos chicos jalapenos.
Oh, whoa, wait.
Yeah, I don't like the French. Please. Say
Oh.
No, we didn't do this last time, but I want to go around and let's talk about what we're playing as of late.
What we're playing.
So Matt,
As of late? What have you been playing, Matt?
We've been playing.
What have I been playing? I've been playing Soul Silver. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, I've been playing Soul Silver. Got a hold of a DS thanks to my awesome girlfriend, and got a hold of Soul Silver thanks to belching Irishman over here. And I've been replaying one of my favorite, actually pretty much is my favorite of the Pokemon games, but, you know, reanimated. That looks a hell of a lot better.
Brought back to reanimated.
Reanimated.
Unusual choice of words there.
Not really. It's an animated game.
It is.
Thus
That's
reanimated.
Look at Bellsprout. That's reanimated. Look at Bellsprout.
Which also happens to mean to bring back to
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
I think it was a perfect choice of words.
Okay.
Sorry, we're teaching the belching Irishman a bit of English and vocabulary.
That teaches me about words.
So that way everything doesn't sound like words. All right, Belching Man, what have you been playing?
Right now, I've been playing through Spider-Man: Web of Shadows. I'm kind of behind the curve. I know. Half-Life 2.
Of course.
Playing back through the first Portal again. And I'm playing through Soul Silver as well, except I'm much further than Matt is.
I'll catch up in a night.
I'm on my, 4th Elite Four run.
Didn't you
I'll catch up
recently
in a night.
import a game as well?
Yes, Gundam vs. Gundam Next Plus for the PSP, and it's a gem. It's wonderful. It's in Japanese. I have no idea what's going on, but it's really good. It's a fighting game, so it doesn't really matter.
Japanese, learn it.
Exactly. But it covers everything. It covers everything from the original Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, up to Gundam Unicorn, and it has all of the major Gundams in there. Then it's just kind of like, yeah, kill this one, now kill this, and then here's a boss. Here's the Devil Gundam.
Yeah.
Devil Gundam.
The Devil Gundam with spikes.
Satan Gundam.
Exactly, Satan Gundam.
Get a bit of Slayer going on or something.
Yeah, there's like some Slayer in the background with
Ready
Devil.
blood!
All right, what about you?
It's been a toss-up between Skyrim because I had recently downloaded the Dragonborn DLC, which I gotta say, the only reason why you'd ever want to pick that DLC up is just if you played Morrowind and played Soul.
It's a Bellsprout.
Basically, the only point in playing is if you just for the nostalgia feel. If you ever played the expansion for Morrowind when you went to Solstheim, and the other game that I have been playing, y'all are probably gonna give me shit for it, but I have a good reason why.
Okay.
Call of Duty Black Ops for the zombies.
Get the fuck out.
GTA.
Why are you here?
Get out!
Serious disease.
Hey,
You better catch it.
it's a good part of the game,
Gout, you
though.
better, that was perfectly timed. Gout, you better catch it.
Gout,
You better catch it.
I like. It's the only thing that has zombies that you know. Besides Resident Evil.
Hey! You could play Resident Evil, the old ones.
Yeah, the good ones.
The old ones. You can play Left 4 Dead.
I don't have Left 4 Dead. I'm sorry. But can you get Left 4 Dead for the PC?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the flagship platform for Left 4 Dead is.
I'm just used to everyone saying
It's Valve. If it's Valve, it's on PC.
I'm used to everyone just talking about the 360.
Look at me for a second.
I'm gonna punch you while you just try to slap me with your hand.
They're going to slap each other with their fierce ferocity.
My goodness. Whoa.
Because you got
Fierce
well,
ferocity.
fierce ferocity. Those are the air quotes. Fierce velocity.
Because you got
Fierce colostomy.
Because you got Mr.
I can't.
Mr.
speak.
Slappy over here.
Slap him.
Oh yeah,
Slap
slap happy.
Sounds like a
So-
Gundam from the original.
That's it.
Oh goodness.
I'm not gonna be able to get anything new until I get my new computer, which should be here sometime.
New computer.
Which will,
Pat, you're being obnoxious.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm here.
You're drunk.
You're drunk, Pat.
hey, I'm the one that's driving back home. So
You're the
That's your fault.
That's your fault.
You're the DD.
You volunteered. No, he
volunteered
didn't.
for nothing.
Funny part is he didn't volunteer for anything.
He got drafted.
It was drafted.
I was-
yeah, you're the DD now.
there was a Walter PP put in my face, and they said, "You're driving this guy home."
Yeah,
So-
you're driving
He
him
was
home.
drafted, and by drafted I mean you were standing there with a draft, and you were you're driving me
Hey,
home.
you're driving.
You're getting drafted.
Wait, who has a Walter PPK? I want it.
Walter.
Valter.
Hey, it's Walter.
Walter.
Valter.
What's the Walter?
Valter PPK. Got to get that German down. I have been playing Mass Effect 2, PlayStation 3.
On okay.
Again.
Now you did it. I was gonna
Yes.
say, on what?
The last effect.
The last of... Wait. ME4. What? I've been playing that, and I've also recently become a PlayStation Plus member, and this month they have Retro City Rampage.
Oh my god, that was
For
amazing!
free. This game
City Ram.
is amazing.
Oh my god.
I'm not that far into it, but it
Oh
is an
my
amazing
God.
game, and I want more.
Yes.
It's like that Billy Idol song. More.
Yes,
More.
exactly.
You're just like everybody else. You always want
Wrong
more.
song.
Wrong
Wrong
song, I know.
song. Wrong song.
Can you name it? Where it's
Because
from?
you're cold as ice! It's not even the right fucking band or context.
Someday you'll pay.
Oh my goodness.
It's not even Aerosmith. I go from fucking Foreigner to Aerosmith.
What? I figured I'd throw it in there. It was random enough.
Randomness out the ass here.
So the
No, that's out the ass. That's just
Yeah, that's not the. Oh, that's not the ass.
And with the fact that you
You know what else is randomness? Fuckbusters 187.
Fuckbusters.
Because I'm pretty. Did we ever talk about this
No,
last
we didn't
time?
talk about this.
Yeah, same table, same thing. Fuckbusters 187.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
Is
but
that
it's on
is
the
that like the
table.
Ghostbusters porno?
I have no idea. Fuckbusters.
Gotta try that. Now I gotta search it.
Oh, he
Okay.
slimed me.
Oh my.
Context.
Oh my.
Streams.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh my.
it's the Stay Puft
Why, yes.
Marshmallow Man.
Oh my. Why yes, I'm the key master.
Oh, it's not a 50-foot marshmallow, honey. That's something else.
that's a big Twinkie.
That's
That's a big
a big
Twinkie.
Twinkie.
Well done.
A big
So-
Twinkie. You can stay.
You're hired. Yes. 2-day contract, Brandon.
2-day contract.
2-day contract.
Well,
Ow.
At least you're not as expendable.
right.
You should take pride in that.
Oh, there's very much pride. It's just filling and glowing in my soul.
No,
Your line here is damn.
the first big news topic that I want to talk about, the big two topics we have this week, is that this week in Connecticut, as you're well aware of the whole school shooting that happened in December, shortly before Christmas, The community is coming out and telling people, bring us your video games and we will give you money and we will burn these video games because they're bad.
Wow.
Because they caused the school shooting.
Oh my.
Where's the evidence to back this up? I mean, do we even know if this
They
kid...
don't need any.
But
they don't. No.
The
They don't need any
NRA,
evidence.
the National Rifle Association of America, has used video games as their scapegoat for this school shooting.
Yeah, they don't need any evidence. It's a scapegoat.
Yes, there is. There has been countless research done on this topic of whether or not violent video games will cause people to become violent, and in fact, the inverse happens.
Exactly.
It causes people to be a lot less violent. I would like to direct anybody who tries to dispute this to an episode of a show called Penn and Teller's Bullshit, where they talk about video game violence. It's a very interesting program. I believe the full episode is up on YouTube. If I can find it, I will link it in the description.
I'm pretty sure the whole thing is up there.
And in that, they have a good example of how video game violence really doesn't work. They have a 12-year-old kid who plays a lot of Call of Duty, plays a lot of horror shooting games and stuff like that. And, his parents are kind of concerned that he's been playing a lot of them. So what do? They test to see if he becomes a trained killer off of these video games. They take him to a gun range, they give him a gun, and tell him to shoot it. He fires one bullet and he starts crying, and he never wants to pick up a gun again.
It's interesting.
Ever.
No, they've done research.
Yeah,
on this.
he
It's
is
not
crying.
connected.
I saw that, and I'm going, oh God, they just put this kid through hell. He doesn't even want to pick up a gun anymore. So, to say that video games make violent people isn't... If you already have the tendencies of where you're going to go on a killing spree, they're already there before you start playing the games.
I mean, because I've done studies throughout my time in high school and now in college, and every time I look at the arguments that's against violent video games, they don't even bother looking into the history, like family history with the child. They always say, they just go straight to the game.
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. They're ignoring the diagnoses. They're ignoring the tendencies that this man exhibited. They're ignoring the issues that occurred in school, in doctor's offices, and stuff like that. That this child, man, whatever you want to call him, exhibited before the games were even a factor.
The man who did this has already been diagnosed of mental illness prior to this incident.
Now,
already has a mental problem.
Do you know what the particular diagnosis was?
No, I do not, but they have found out that he did have a diagnosed mental illness. And his mother did not keep the proper precautions of keeping the guns safe in her house. They weren't even his guns. He used her guns. She did no gun locks, no locks on a safe, no cabinet with a lock, key, anything.
No cabinet with a lock?
No cabinet
with a lock?
No cabinet.
And the thing is, she was a kindergarten teacher? That's just
and you know what? I have no problem with people wanting to exercise their right to the Second Amendment. I have no problem with that whatsoever. However,
but keep them locked up.
You need to take the proper precautions to make sure that shit like this does not happen.
Especially when you house a child that is diagnosed with mental illness.
She didn't house him. He was out on his own. He was an adult.
But when I read, he was living.
He was an adult.
No. Now, part of the mental illness connecting to the video games and all that, part of the thing with the video games is it's a disconnect from reality. And most people of proper and correct mental state are aware of that.
Yeah.
The only way that video games can be connected through this, which there can be a connection, his mental illness, coupled with his parents' lack of properly handling things because of said mental illness, created the inability to discern reality from the game, thereby integrating reality into the games that he was playing, making what he was doing okay and part of the game. Which not everybody has that problem.
Exactly.
Now, I would venture to say that everybody at this table has fired a weapon before.
Yes.
Some type of firearm.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. You pop in a copy of the latest Call of Duty. Would you say that the way that the weapon operates in that game is 100% accurate to real life?
No, not even close.
I won't even give it 5%.
Wait, hold on. Let's
It's
take this a
completely
step
entirely
further.
inaccurate.
Not just the weapon operating. Let's talk about the user operation. Because I have personally just got done playing Battlefield 3, where I picked up an M240A with a 200-round drum.
Oh my!
Sat down with a bipod and unloaded every single one of those bullets.
Because we're helping our argument.
Right, now hold on. Now I'm just saying, I unloaded every single one of those bullets down a hallway, which was really fun, by the way.
I bet it was.
And I was accurate very often. I was really accurate with it. Now, I know for a fact that me firing an M240A 200 rounds, I'm not going to hit crap with that.
No, you're not going to hit anything.
After the first 5 bullets, I'm probably hitting the wall somewhere behind me.
It's over your shoulder.
And I don't remember in real life when you go down iron sights, you automatically log on to.
Yeah, that doesn't work either.
Yeah,
it's like I'll go down to iron sights.
Hey guys, remember when you put in a new magazine, how you have to pull back a bolt?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't
you remember
happen.
that? That never fucking happens.
ever.
But you see, the way it was, because I've talked to people who kind of are. I've talked to people who are on the fence about it, and what their argument was that, like, you know. This gentleman I spoke with, his son is a gamer, but you know he didn't jump to any conclusions about this or anything. He knows that, of course, his son is he knows his son is competent and mentally stable enough to know that there's a difference between real life and a freaking video game. And what he said was that it's not the game itself, and it's not even the content in the game. It's the responsibility of the parents to ensure that their child is, A, playing age-appropriate games, whereas in the case of this gentleman that was responsible for this incident, it's not his parents' fault. He's over the age of 18.
Yeah.
He's an adult.
He can buy whatever.
Exactly, he can buy whatever he
wants.
wants. But it's up to the parents to
Reinforce intelligence?
Exactly, to reinforce content and age-appropriate content in games, and making sure that their children can distinguish reality from what they're doing with a controller in their hand.
And the difference between right and wrong too. That's
exactly. This doesn't come down to an issue of these games are violent and they caused this.
The problem is nobody wants to come out and say that it's just a guy who was mentally ill, that because of somebody's incompetence with firearms and the fact that they did not store them properly, was able to get access to these weapons.
You know
that's what it boils down to. Somebody was negligent, and in so doing, you have a casualty list this big. I mean, people can't see it.
You have a long.
You got a huge casualty list.
All right, so I'm just going to point this out. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm a comm student. I'm in film, and I was double majoring in broadcasting, so I've done my fair share of the news stories and everything. To be honest with you, how this all most likely started, what a reporter looks for in a subject is something that's interesting and something that hasn't been done before. Or if it's been done before, can it be covered correctly? You know, can it bring new light to it, make it interesting so people want to read about it? What honestly happened in this case, and I would bet my soul on it, is someone was like, well, we've had too many mentally ill people go in and shoot up places nowadays. We got to have a reason for it. Let's bring up the gaming issue because it sparks fires, and I know about it. And that's probably how all this crap started. I'm not even lying.
No, that's it's completely plausible.
So after that, media caught fire of it. You know what? We can get a lot of attention for this. So they slapped a title on it and threw it out, and now everyone's getting the whole
now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon and be like, video games cause.
Oh, you would be completely surprised how easy.
Fox
it is
News being the biggest offender of this. I mean, anytime any form of controversy with a game comes out, they're immediately it's immediately the most extremist possible headline you can think of.
And
Mass Effect is porno for kids.
To be entirely honest, I have 4 siblings that play video games relatively frequently. I think that maybe there should be a little bit more of a watchful eye on content. But it's still not an excuse for everyone to jump on it and say it's the developers' fault.
Jump on it.
The ESRB ratings are there for a reason. They have people who are trained to look at these certain things in games and put a rating on it. Everyone needs to start paying more attention to those. I'm pretty sure you said this before. Parents should pay more attention to the rating and actually read on the back of what exactly is in the game.
I agree.
Exactly. Read what's in the game.
The thing about the ESRB ratings is that They're not even required by law.
Yeah, we discussed this the other day.
This is out of good faith in the gaming industry that this game has violent content in it.
Exactly.
We're not trying to pass this off as a kid-friendly game. This is what's in it. It is your job to decide whether or not your child is mature enough to play this game.
I haven't really heard ESRB try to back up anything.
No,
they don't try to step in for anything.
Because they don't need to.
No, they really
don't need to get behind.
There have been several attempts, especially in the state of California, to make the ESRB a required system, like what you do with the MPAA.
But
movies are required to be rated in some way, shape, or form.
We just discussed this the other day. It's not necessary to make it a law. Because everyone already does it.
Yes. I mean, go walk into a GameStop, try to buy a rated-M game. Yeah, I get carded, but that's because for my age, even though I'm about to be 21, I still look fairly young.
I get carded.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
How old I look, I still get carded all the time.
That's weird, because you look like you're
I know, I wasn't fucking 30.
If I have a beer going on and I go to a liquor store, they just look at me, hey, how you doing? They
Talking about games, not booze.
I'm just saying.
I know.
It's like
it's funny.
it's
funny, though.
Where I used to...
Oh no, games is lead to alcoholism.
Oh my god.
Where I used to work when
controversy.
Skyrim came out, these people know how old I am working the register. My best friend was working the register. He knows how old I am. Buying Skyrim. He was forced to card me because the register said so.
Register says card the bitch.
I mean, I'm 19 at the time, and okay.
Your card, Danny.
Are you sure you wasn't doing that just to mess with you?
No, it says on the when you look at the register or whatever, when it rings up, it says is customer over 18.
Well, it does the same.
It asks for it pops up in the register.
It does the same thing where I work at too, but if we can tell that he's over a certain age, then we can go ahead and skip it because we know that they're over this certain age because.
I mean, obviously,
when you start showing,
if they're coming in with a cane or a walker and gray hair, you're safe.
Unless it's a horrible Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's. I mean, obviously there are cases where you're obviously over 8. You're obviously of the appropriate age.
And this episode of Jackass 4.0.
I'm Kenny Rogers, and this is Jackass.
Oh my god.
Well, so, I want to just point something else out here. My family is a very Southern family. We very much believe in the law of where you can have your own gun and you can chill. You can have it as long as it's registered. Everything's good. We go hunting. We do. So we use a lot of hunting rifles. Sometimes we pick up a shotgun here and there just to have fun.
Then there's that ridiculous bow.
And then you want to know why Randy's not getting up after lying down in the woods?
My personal self owns 3 bows, one's a recurve, 2 are compounds. My dad owned a crossbow. We have a revolver in the house. It's just, we have weapons. And you know what? I've played a lot of war games, and sometimes it's fun to emulate it, go out there and just unload an entire clip just because you can. That doesn't constitute me going out and pulling the trigger on some guy and be like,
no,
boom, headshot.
If there's anything that can make this incident come to somebody's mind, it's airsoft or paintball.
That's
if anything worse.
If anything, they should be going after that because that's simulated.
Exactly, it's simulated death.
Oh, look, I got hit by a paintball. I'm supposed to be dead.
Exactly, even more so than a video game.
Yeah.
The video game is pixels. That's actually people you're
feel
hitting.
Things.
Exactly.
I would agree with the airsoft even more than
feel.
Because it's realistic weapons.
Because the realistic
airsoft
weapons
is becoming more realistic, and I've played airsoft, and I've seen the kids out there, and I'm not dogging on any of them, but they get really into it.
They do
really into it. I have a friend.
I'm sure it's gotten worse since I've played by a lot.
Pellet commandos.
Yeah, they get really into it.
I have a friend who literally has bought $300 worth of just accessories so that he can go full camo, full tack gear with vest pouches, holsters, everything, just so he can emulate what it would be like in a war situation. But, you could just join the army for that.
Exactly.
If you're really that into it. If you're that interested, Join the army.
And trust me, right now the Army standards are not that high. so if you're a psycho just wanting to shoot people, just go join.
Go
and
ahead.
don't tell them
Go
that
ahead.
Of course, that's a
don't tell
horrible
them
thing to say.
It is terrible.
I agree.
I mean, first off, you're about 50 years too late. Vietnam stopped decades ago.
I agree, but however, how many wars do we have going on still?
37.
How many are necessary?
2.5.
Too many.
Okay. None. Right?
None are necessary.
I don't think Vietnam ended at all.
Damn, bitches.
The Vietnam War never ended for me.
We just changed the name.
So yeah, what it boils down to is that it really does mirror what happened in the 80s with the PMRC and people going out in the streets and burning heavy metal albums and stuff like that, and even rap records. It's what it reminds me of.
Oh, we need to do
but it's
that
what
again.
it is.
It's just
Little Wayne's around. How have we not done the record burning
how
again?
have we not done the record?
I want to start that. Let's bandwagon.
When people like Lady Gaga and Nicki
Bandwagoners.
Minaj exist, why haven't we had another record burning session yet?
And not just because of the whole devil worship thing. No, this is just because they suck.
I mean, they even burnt disco records.
I'm doing a quality fire, okay?
This
If
is
it's not of quality, it burns.
the fire department said, gentlemen, this is quality control. Okay, yeah, we got it. You're good.
Okay, so that
They start assisting in the controlled burns.
so I don't think. Do we have anything else to say on this topic other
No,
than the
it's
fact
retarded.
No.
that these people are the most?
It's the scapegoat.
They're some of the biggest fucktards I've ever heard of
scapegoat.
as of late. What a way to kick off the new year! Make your state look like shit after a major shooting.
The thing is this, like, another thing I forgot to mention earlier, because I know about this, is the whole, we tried to blame it on movies at first.
We
a
did,
long time.
But
they realized
part of
how
the-
little that was effective. They were just like, oh crap,
But
let's back down,
part of
because
that-
Hollywood's shoving money at us. Alright, let's
But
get
part of that was from the whole thing back when The Dark Knight Rises first came out,
Oh,
when there
yeah.
was that guy dressed as Bane, and he went into the movie theater.
He
And
was just
they tried to go
clinically
after
insane.
movies with that one, and that ended up going back to games too. So it ended up attacking both of them.
The instance with that, I mean, for something like that, you just you have to look at it. Some people are just. I know this is
some
coming
people
from
Some people
from
just
the
wanna
movie
watch the
itself,
world
but
burn.
some people just
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Oh wait, that was taken from the movie.
Which I'm kind of glad that you brought up that whole Aurora thing, because that just kind of sparked. I don't know. I think Pat knows about it because we were together when we saw that. But apparently, the Aurora Theater invited the victims' families back,
Yes.
so that way they could, see a movie on them as kind of like,
Yeah, they did.
whatever. And then the whole families get completely hostile against them. I'm like, are you guys fucking idiots?
Exactly, that's
They're trying to be
ridiculous.
nice.
I know, right?
Why would they do that?
I understand you want to cope, but don't be fucking asses about it.
So why would you invite us to it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why
you
would
guys
you-
are horrible people inviting us back. No, we're not. We're trying to.
They're trying to extend some kind of, hey, this happened in our facility.
I mean,
We're
it's
going
not
to-
even the movie theater's fault.
I'm pretty sure they probably didn't have a time limit on it either. They were probably like, "Look, you can come back at some
yeah,
point.
Come back
and-
whenever you want. We can show you we'll give you
Yeah.
a movie on us." Which it was ridiculous. I mean, I understand. Yeah, that's the location where all of this happened.
But still, they were
still-
trying to be nice, and it's not like they're gonna shell out money for them. It's like,
Exactly.
It's one of
and-
those things that if they're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't.
But
If they don't
but
show sympathy, they're
had
viewed as evil. Apparently, when you show sympathy,
You're
you guys are a
viewed
bunch
as
of assholes.
But had the families taken it with goodwill and said, "Not now," or "It's too soon," as cliche as that sounds, that would have been fine. But
Too soon, guys. Too
to
soon.
have a backlash like that,
that's just
that's ridiculous. That shows immaturity on their part.
Yes.
And the inability for them to realize, okay, yeah, they're trying to help us. They're trying to make sure that we aren't forgotten because this happened in their location.
Precisely.
It's ridiculous.
But anyway, we need to move on to our
Yes,
next major
we do.
topic.
And what is our next main point?
Our next major topic is something that has sparked a lot of controversy within the gaming world about what will affect the next generation of consoles.
Okay.
Brandon, you've already had a semi-rant about this,
Oh my!
which I have already
Bye.
taken a lance
Bye.
and just poked holes in. Sony has patented disc tagging technology. For
Bye.
those of you
I'm
who
out.
don't know, could potentially be used to mark whether a game is new or used, therefore eliminating the used game market. So, since you have already had a spiel about this, why don't you tell the audience what your opinion is on this.
My
opinion.
My opinion is because I always thought, if you buy it, it's yours. It's this is basically what capitalism is. You get what you pay for, and that's considered yours. What's so funny?
Because
Sorry,
since when has capitalism or anything else worked correctly?
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's what it stands for.
No, you have the definition correct. Sorry, I was laughing about the honoring the definition.
Yeah, you don't honor the definition. That's not how it works.
Sorry, no, continue.
Anyway, if you want to trade it to somebody, then you should be able to do it without having a penalty to where he won't be able to play it. So and besides, a lot of people who can't buy $60 games, that buying used games is the only way they have exposure to any of those video games. So sometimes they want to play it used, so they know if they want to borrow it from somebody, they know if they want to buy it. So I think, but that's my argument with that.
Okay, and that's fair enough. And let me just, before I go on my counterpoint here on this, I would like to let you know that Sony has informed us that they have no intention of using this technology in a game console. In fact, they have patented for a different purpose. And that is the Blu-ray market, the movie market.
Okay.
For anti-piracy. Now,
everyone was making it seem like they're doing it for the game.
but that's because it can be, but that's not why it's there.
That's not why
I'm sure IGN and all of this have put their own little spin on it, of
Oh, they
course,
have.
saying, now they're going to
course
completely
they have.
eliminate the used market. And eliminating the used market, the used game market, is one of the best damn things you can do in the game industry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you instantly just all the prices that we have normal games, you have to buy it. And we get the money, not the place that sells it.
And
Exactly.
because the used market is gone, software prices drop considerably.
Exactly. Look at Steam. You can't...
Oh my god,
No
Steam
used
is so
games.
cheap.
That's why the PC game market is so much cheaper than the console gaming market.
That's
PC
why
games,
I got...
Yeah.
Web of Shadows was what, $10?
Yeah.
Granted, it's an old game, but
It's not
$10,
that old.
brand
It
new.
is not that
and it's
old.
not that old. It's what, maybe 5 years?
No, not even that. It's not 5 years old. It
2000
may be 2.
No.
It might be 2.
I think 3. I think maybe 3.
No,
I'm not
it's
entirely
that
sure.
old. Web of
I may have
Shadows
been
came
thinking
out
of a
on the
different one.
360 not too long ago.
Regardless.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's gotta be 3 at the most. I don't know.
But still, the fact of the matter is, software prices go down a lot quicker. Why? Because they need to make money. I mean, back when you had the SNES era, yeah, you may have a few stores here and there that'll sell used copies, but nothing like what you have today.
No, because half of what you find for the SNES and all that is used. It's pre-owned because people have them and they're like, hey, here you go.
But back in the day of the SNES, you really didn't have a used
everything
market
was
like
new.
that. Yeah.
And like,
It costs, they can give it to you at a cheaper price. Also, that means that the developer is guaranteed to make money every time somebody every time they see somebody playing their game.
They made money.
they
Know that they have made money off of that.
Exactly.
You can make bigger, better games and eventually make them cheaper a lot quicker. And that's why the PC gaming market is so successful right now. And if Sony wishes to pursue this avenue, that is fine. I have no problem with it. I buy most of my games new anyway.
That's why that Splinter Cell collection that I was just looking at Walmart is what, 3? No, wait, different one. What was you said that was like $3 on Steam?
KOTOR.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old
Republic. Amazing game.
$3-4 on Steam. Why? Because it's number one, it's old.
Exactly. It's old, but still, but that doesn't diminish the quality of the game.
Exactly.
And
I'm all for it. Game developers should rejoice over this.
Yeah.
And the fact that it would put the fact that it would put the evil corporations like GameStop out of business is just another plus.
Does this mean that Square Enix will make a good Final Fantasy game?
Nope.
No, actually, that does not affect anything at all. I didn't say that it would affect
quality.
Okay, now, for other developers besides Square Enix and Capcom, they can make bigger, better games. But because they're Japanese and they have their heads up their asses and hate the Western audience, they will never make good games.
Okay, so I'm going to enter my counterpoints on this because, yeah, you're right, there's a lot of good there's
economics.
a lot of plausible goodness that could come out of this. However, I foresee a huge fuck you to all the gamers out there.
That's one of my other arguments too. I mean, there's going to be a huge customer backlash, even if it's when Sony's doing it for good or not. People are going to see it as you're limiting to what we could do with what we purchase. This is not right.
If anybody should be offended over a console developer fucking people over, it should be with the next Xbox that won't have a disc drive.
What are you talking about?
They're
angry over this.
No, we are, but this has just gone completely under the radar. People think that disc tagging technology is bad. How about the fact that you have a system that's only digital downloads, and when Xbox Live goes out of service, you don't have access to those games anymore?
Exactly.
Xbox Live, if I download a game off of Xbox Live, I have to be signed into the internet in order to verify the license and play it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I get the demo, or I can't play the game at all.
Exactly.
There are worse things that they could be doing.
If gamers should be pissed off at something, it should be that instead, because that technically says you don't own anything. You are renting it.
Yeah, that takes away... That turns your $60 purchase of a hard copy of a game.
You're borrowing it until further notice.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
This is on loan to you until we decide to take it.
So disc tagging, to me, there's always going to be a keygen, just like with PC games. Somebody's going to make a keygen.
The only thing with that is keygens are really sketchy.
Well, they can be.
So
they can be.
But
if you don't know what you're looking for, yeah.
Exactly.
But let's go back, not just the customer backlash that you were talking about, but I'm talking about, let's just say this. Not all corporations are evil. But at the same time, this day and age, and basically throughout history, man's greed has always overcame every other qualities that he's ever had. So I'm just saying, you create this patent technology, you say, yeah, we're going to use it so that no one can buy old games. This could potentially drop the price of new games that come out. Or you either A, don't even touch the price and it stays at $60, $70, $80 immediately when a game comes out, and that ruins buying used games, so people can't just buy it, sell it back, get some money for it because the game sucked like hell. Final Fantasy. New games. And you're like, okay, well, I can't sell this back to make money because no one can buy it. We can't use it. And at the same time, they never drop the price. What if they never drop the prices? What if they raise the prices to be like, well...
Yeah, you're now forced to pay this.
Yeah, you're now forced to pay this. Because they're like, oh, hey, we can make more money off people. Because what are you going to do? You can't buy old games.
Yeah.
Haha, get owned.
This could go either direction.
Oh, no, also want to bring up the point of... new systems. What about playing older games? Like the games you've already bought for your previous console.
Obviously, without that technology implemented on the discs, you wouldn't have a problem with disc tagging tech.
Maybe.
As long as the backwards compatibility exists within the console.
I mean, they would have to make a backwards compatibility to where the point where...
All they would have to do is make sure that the console
What I think they would do...
Yeah. Which, that's simple.
What I think they would do is what Sony's been doing, having the games, and you have to download it from the PlayStation Network. That's how they would probably do it.
I don't think that Sony's ready to make the full jump to full digital distribution. I don't really think that they're ready for that. Xbox isn't even really ready for it either, but that's what they're wanting to do. And, I mean, yeah, even with Steam, it's always digital distribution, but you also don't have to be online to verify a license to play it. Once you download it, it's yours.
You own it.
Yes.
Oh, and just to go back for the whole Blu-ray thing, just so I can make this very clear. That's still really lame, because if I buy a movie, and I put it in mine, and it recognizes mine so that there's no piracy, what about somebody who... I'm borrowing a movie from that they've played it on a different system.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing, and we've already mentioned this before. Sony has been losing money since the PlayStation 2. They need money. How are they going to make money?
By forcing you
by making
good things!
Because
instead of making good products, they will force you to buy all their products new, so they get 100% of the cut.
They'll get like 70.
Well, they get a portion of it, but they don't get 100%.
Next thing you know, you can't buy Blu-rays in stores. You got to buy it directly from Sony.
Probably.
Sony store.
Yeah, probably.
Apple Store meet Sony Store.
Apple Store meets Sony Store. Oh, hello.
It's unfortunate that it's kind of going down the same road. It's Apple and Sony are almost going hand in hand now, even though Sony has a lot better prospects.
Wow.
At least they can support Flash.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Exactly.
Sony has a lot of wide range of ability. Like, you can use Sony products with other Microsoft products and all that stuff, and for the most part, it
Except
works.
for Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah. But, it's sad that they're both going down the same road. I think what they need to do is stop being I'm telling this to a Japanese corporation, but they need to stop being so damn prideful and put the name behind them for a second and just start thinking again.
Wait a minute. Tell a Japanese company to stop having pride?
I-
Surely you jest.
I jest. But I mean, look at Apple. This is what it's done to Apple. They're like, we're selling our name. We're not selling our product, we're selling our name.
Yeah, they're selling the same product they
They're
sold
making
years
money.
ago.
They're making the new iPod. They're making the new iPad. But everyone's kind of realizing all this hype about your shit being good is really just bullshit. You can't even run Flash, fuckhead.
Exactly.
I hate Apple. Their products are shit. But at least they don't get viruses.
Prime example.
Wait.
Prime example.
Wait, surely you jest.
Surely I jest.
But prime example right here.
Dude, to this day, people are like, oh, Apples can't get viruses.
Oh, yeah, they can, and when they do, it's fucking devastating.
I know, right?
It's not that they can't get viruses, it's just that more people use Windows-based computers. Not to mention it's easier to write a virus for a Microsoft Windows-based computer.
I know. I mean, that gives them credit. It is harder to write a virus, but I mean, just
But when you get one,
When you get one, you're screwed.
you
When
get one, you're done.
When you get one, you have Duchenne muscular dystrophy. That's what happens.
Wow.
You get AIDS. All right? You don't get a common cold. You don't get a flu shot or anything like that. So that way you make influenza
You're
go away.
dead.
You're done.
You have AIDS. Anyway.
Sorry. I have a lab at school that is basically used for editing videos and software like that. And, they use all Apple products. It's all Apple, right?
Bastards.
No, I agree. They are bastards. And my studio manager, in quotations, because you can't see that, he was like, yeah, Apple. And I was like, yeah, I bet you I can crash this in front of you in 30 seconds. He's like, dude, there's no way you can crash this.
Crashes.
No. Select portion, overlay, render, crash. Stare blankly for 10 seconds.
How many times did it happen? We had a what? I think 5 minute
5 minute
video. It crashed how many times on us?
I have
20 something.
Yeah, we had to
3 times.
We had to make a video
redo
for
it.
class.
Bro,
we had to make a video
do you
for
even
class.
have it Express Pro?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
We had to make a video for class, and we literally couldn't accomplish it because the Macs kept crashing. And it wasn't just one. I switched Macs.
3 different computers.
I switched Macs to be like, look, dude, your Mac sucks. I can't render this.
Is it sad that I would rather use Windows Movie Maker over Final Cut Pro?
Oh, that is really sad, because I would definitely
sad.
take Final Cut Pro.
No, I definitely would have to agree.
I have.
Dude.
Wait, I'm talking XP and Vista Windows Movie Maker.
No, I'd still take
Still.
Apple.
I would still rather use Final Cut.
I've crashed my movie maker several times. I've crashed it.
The only editing
demolished
software
it.
the only editing software I have that I haven't crashed yet is the Sony Vegas I've been using for a couple of years.
I crashed
And
it the other day.
you did?
Yeah. I really crashed
I'm
that
Nice.
one.
Vegas
You
for the
must have
most
been
part is
really,
very reliable.
It is. Vegas is good.
Yeah.
I have a family member who lives with Apple. I mean, because just for the fire, because he said it comes with the virus, virus protection program. You don't have to buy it.
I can get you a better one for free.
I know, but he thinks that
Chinese, by the way.
I'll get you the.
He thinks that the fact that it comes with it, you don't have to buy everything that you're saving money. You're not.
Because
No,
Matt
you're
has
not.
no antivirus for his new computer.
Yes, I had an antivirus. It was
Matt
called
has
Norton. And Norton
my.
pretended to stop working on me, but reminds me that it's there every 20 seconds.
That's Norton for you.
Okay, how about
Always there.
How about this?
Always ready. Whoa.
For the people who do not know which virus protection is good or not, which would you guys recommend?
I actually use Norton, and I don't really have a problem with it. You want to know what I did? I
What'd
turned
you
notifications off. That's what I did.
Oh.
So I don't have
I
a
didn't
problem
buy
with
the
it.
program.
I'll tell
If
you
I
what
bought
not
it-
to use. McAfee. If you enjoy having a
Yeah.
computer that runs at a decent speed,
Don't use McAfee.
McAfee
Yeah.
is the virus.
Exactly. I've used Avast antivirus for years.
Skynet is the virus.
Skynet
You
is
don't
the virus.
understand.
And I'm pretty sure that's the same one I had sent you to for your old computer.
Yeah,
When you
yeah.
started having issues.
Yeah.
I've used Avast for years. I had it on my old desktop, which was a dinosaur Dell.
Dinosaur
This thing was literally a dinosaur, and it's worked beautifully. I still use the free version, have for like 5 years, and I still have no limitations. I've had no issues. It scans beautifully. The scans are over in like 30 minutes, and it scans my entire 500 gig hard drive,
AVG.
as well as my 1 terabyte external hard drive.
Before
What's the
he
company
got,
called?
Yeah.
Avast
before he
antivirus.
got extra
Yeah,
damage.
you guys just Google Avast antivirus, and it comes right up.
Avast,
Wait, I thought that
They,
was the guy
um,
who created McAfee that was getting busted.
They actually have.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was AVG.
What it is, like, they'll actually walk you through on their website. They will show you exactly how all of their virus definitions are updated. And they're the only ones that I've seen that have done this. They actually explain it to you. Like, if your computer has an issue and you have Avast installed, you file a report and it goes straight to their office. They file the report, identify the virus, update the definitions, and it goes straight back to you. Updating your program, making sure your computer is now protected against it. And I have had nothing has gotten through my computer.
My only thing with McAfee, not McAfee,
Norton.
Norton, is that it's so intrusive. I just hate that, though. Like, I don't know if they've gotten better over the years, but they used to be incredibly intrusive.
I will admit, there are still some things here and there, but for the most part, it has become a lot less intrusive than
That's
what
nice.
it was.
Because
But
it
if
was
you're
bad.
paranoid and you're trying to make sure nothing gets in,
That's what McAfee's for.
was.
that's what McAfee's
was.
That's what McAfee's
McAfee,
for.
you can't go on Google, it's a virus.
No, McAfee is the perfect contraceptive when it comes to viruses. It won't let you use your damn computer.
Yeah, it won't use anything.
Hey,
Oh,
you can't get a virus if you don't do anything.
You can't go on Google. Get out of here.
I actually kind of
Go
like
home
that.
with
because
It redirects you to Bing.
Yeah, we
I think it
Ask
started.
Jeeves.
I think what McAfee did is
Nice.
they started going, well, you know, if you already have the virus, you're kind of immune, right?
You're kind of immune.
So you would recommend Avast?
My. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've used it for years.
If you're willing to use money, I would actually recommend Norton. But if you're looking for something free, use whatever Pat's using.
Use whatever
and
patch.
I've used
He's the
computer-
cheapskate when it comes to software, so he would know.
I've used a computer with no.
You and I are friends.
Yes, exactly. I've used your computer with your antivirus on it, and it's good. It's just I'm cheap.
Yeah,
That's what it boils down
I'm
to.
cheap.
I'm just
Hey,
cheap.
to be fair, I did
So-
not pay for my Norton.
Oh well, there you go.
So
For me, what I used
See,
just
Danny
because it
wins.
was the one I.
Danny wins.
It was the
I'm a
first one.
cheapskate too.
Isn't
It was the first one I
yearly
found for
update?
free. It was I think it was like either Windows or Microsoft Security Essentials.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my! Is that still on your computer?
It stopped working after.
Go get rid of it. I'm dead serious. As soon as you leave, get rid of it. That is a virus. That is not antivirus. That is malware, and it's eating through your system. That's probably why your
Slowly.
computer's screwed up.
Well, you see, because I didn't know,
Yeah, that's eating through your system.
So
Like-
It's like alien acid. Just-
Exactly. Like
you open their body and it just
I've
destroys your
literally
ship. One hole
seen
at a
that
time.
destroy a computer, and it was pathetic.
So where can we find 1 week contract Matt?
You can't find me. I'll find you.
Whoa! All right,
I will
that
find
deserves
you,
a high five.
and I will hurt you.
That was good.
Fucking Liam Neeson style. Where can we find the belching Irishman from New Jersey?
My real name is Pat because we actually didn't say it in this episode. But
Actually,
my
I
real
think
name is
I did,
Pat.
but-
And I don't know if we did. But anyway, you can find me over on VGN. It's the Vintage Gaming Network and awesomeness.
And what about you? Two-day contract Brandon. Where can we find you?
I go by the
The new
username
guy.
Demon Slayer Virgil 600, but I used to do CD reviews. I'm now gonna start moving to Let's Plays, so stay tuned to that.
And as always, you can find me here on youtube.com/phantasmmask because your chances are you're watching this on this channel.
Yeah.
So
Most
channelception.
Yes!
You didn't
channel
even
within
know.
a channel.
So until next week, sayonara. Bitches.